Good morning. Today is Sunday, April 28th, 2024, and this is the weekly Bitcoin price forecast. So seeing where Bitcoin went in the past week and where it could potentially go in the future. Um, so this is the month of April. It has come to a close pretty much as the 28th. So you got 2 more trading days in the month. It has been a down month overall. That does not concern me in the least, just because of the fact that really, I mean, it went up for this is a record. It 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months that went straight up. That has never happened before. So it had a great run, and then it had to, kind of exhaust itself just a little bit, make a pullback, and then it will lead to a further move to the upside. That I am not concerned about in the least. So yeah, I mean, we'll take a closer look as to what the actual month of April looked like. But overall, if you're taking a look at it, this candle did not even clear the low of this candle. This is actually considered an inside bar, an inside candle, because like the top of this is over this, and the bottom wick of this candle is below this one. So this is entirely encapsulated within this candle. That is usually a somewhat of a consolidation pattern before it reverses to the upside. There's really not too much more downside at this point. I just can't see it, and we'll look at that more when we see the drawings. But as we go down, I mean, there was an attempt. There was a big attempt to push it down here, but it couldn't even do that. So, let's see, weekly chart. Yeah, if you look at it, it really just came back down to the support level. Like this has been key. Kind of this zone in here. Since what month? This was the beginning of March. It had that last real push up in the beginning of March. And then one more, it got, this is when it hit that new all-time high in March 11th, that looks like. And then it's just been on a downtrend ever since. So it's been about 6 weeks of just straight up down motion. So if you have held on for this time, I salute you for sure, because it has not been great. It's kind of a reminder of this period, but at least here, it was just consolidation left and right. Like it wasn't going necessarily on a downslope. Here it was, if you got up, I mean, there were some people who got in here and like it's been a downslope ever since. But that's fine. Like again, brighter days ahead. You see like these candles are getting smaller. So you have this big candle here with a lot of volatility, then a little doji candle, and then like a smaller candle too. So really, for the last 2 weeks, it hasn't gone much of anywhere. So let's take a look at this. We'll put the drawings on. You saw this upward channel that we had since up here. Like this is all last year. This is in 2022. Big upward channel. You break that upward channel, consolidate for a little bit. This is the ETF right here. Boom, shot through the ETF. Well, I'm sorry. The ETF consolidated for a bit, then shot through this long-term resistance area. And shot up and up and up and just kept going all the way up until you got to about 74,000. And then really all it did was just range. Like it just ranged for several weeks. So you went upward channel to a more steep channel to a range that we've had. But this, again, like I said, it's going to come back to the upside of this range, probably reject just a little bit and then keep going. But we will see as time goes by. That's all you can do, right? It's just like take a swing at it and make an educated guess. Make an educated guess. So at this point, that range is about between 72, 73,000 and 61, 62,000, somewhere in there. That has just been playing ping pong. But really, it's like that first tap, bow, rally. Then I think there's about to be another tap to this side, and then we'll just keep going. We will just keep going after that. The other thing we need to look at is this rounded top. Like this is what happened. Where is it at? I need a curve. Yep. Yeah, here we go. So if you put a curve here, there's like kind of a rounded top that's going on. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Yeah, right there, just like that. You kind of zoom in, kind of match this curve a little bit. And you don't want to overfit it, right? But this is, I think, a pretty good fit for this curve. So you've gone up and you've kind of formed this rounded top, like boom, 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 boom. It comes down. We're still in this range. You see, it couldn't even really get above here this week because you have this almost umbrella that's coming down. So realistically, I do see it potentially shooting down to maybe, I don't know, like it could go down to 52. And I think that's the absolute lowest, because at that point you start meeting daily demand zones. That's assuming like there's some type of crazy news event or whatever, and it just like tanks. All it's going to do is turn around. It did it in 2022. Like the whole market tanked, everything tanked. And then Bitcoin just turned around and never looked back. Once it hit about August of 2024, it kept running. So it's two areas, right? So it's like you would have to break this 100 moving average, and you would have to break the 50. Yeah, I don't even see it getting past here. Really, you could get down to maybe 56. This would be just a long shot, because you're just hitting so much here. You're hitting the 0.618 fib, you're hitting the 200 moving average, you're hitting a daily demand zone, all of that. And that's after you have broken a 100 moving average. There's like a 4-hour demand zone here. And then the 50%, which isn't actually a Fibonacci level, but it is just like that good that markation of whatever this last move was. So I'm measuring from here to here and pulling that Fibonacci. So you have like the 50% level, the 61.8% level, and the 78.6% level. If you look at it, it's kind of cool. Let's go to the weekly chart. So I drew this curve, but you also had a curve here. Like this is the macro curve. This is the big boy. So that's actually crazy how that's drawn. I could see maybe worst case scenario. Again, you could come back down here. And then that kind of also helps to fulfill the curve too. And then it's just like a giga pump, all the way up to like 100,000 or whatever it might be. So let's take a look here. It's almost like you're sandwiched, right? Because like something's got to shake. You're either gonna break out of the curve this way and just go straight up, or you're coming down and going straight up. But either way, they've kind of reached the end of the rope, to where either this upward curve is going to send it some way, or this downward curve is just going to break and come to an end as well. So, and then once you get down here, you have the top side of this upward channel too. So it's like it's just so much. Like it's not even. I don't even see it going down to 50,000. It's we're long story short, we're going up. We're going up on this one. I think you had somewhat of a trend line here too. I think you had not strong. Maybe a little bit of this. Who knows? Let's see. Yeah, I mean there could be some rejection here and then like moving on to the upside. But these are just some of like the markations that I've got. Areas of interest that I'm looking at. 4 hours. Oh, let's look at where we're at with the moving averages. So monthly, obviously we're above. Weekly, we're above. Daily, we're in the moving average. We kind of talked about that. 4 hour, we are below the moving average. So again, this is really just kind of bounced off of here and bounced off of here. I think one more bounce here, maybe a retest, and then going this way. The big thing that I haven't talked about is the different money flow that's coming in. Basically, at this point, like BlackRock and let's actually do that. So Bitcoin ETF flows. So if you look at it, really all the ETF activity has stopped. Just for right now. No, we will not be connecting. Really what happened, like you had all these days, like this is the initial ETF release, and then it slumped down for a little bit, then it picked up. You had like $1 billion days, like 1.4 billion. And then it really, like you see, there's literally no more buying at this point. Like Friday, like no more buying. And really even Grayscale, they stopped selling as much too. And matter of fact, now you have some like new buyers entering the space here. So it's like the demand it hasn't dropped, but it has just come to a standstill for right now. Retail hasn't waken up. Corporate hasn't really gotten into the ball game just yet. Institutions, I mean, we're only 3 months in from the ETF. A little bit, like 3.5, maybe almost 4. Yeah, because that was January, and then we're almost in May. So all that's coming. Yeah, we're just time will tell. Like we're gonna get there. The demand has not really kicked in just yet, which is the exciting part. That's the exciting part, because you still have opportunity to get in. That will not be the case forever. So right now we're above the 4 hour chart. 15-minute we should be above. We're starting to make higher highs and higher lows. So this was a consolidation and a shoot up. Yeah, so I mean, really last week was kind of positive, and then it just came down here to the moving averages, and then it's probably just going to turn right back up. So that's on the 15-minute. There's no real need to go any lower than 15-minute. I do talk about the I go from like 4 hour to 15-minute in the Discord every day. And there are even executions on the 1 minute chart. And I think those are pretty good ranges to look in, just because like you have a high time frame, low time frame, and then ultra low time frame, to where you can get really precise with your entries. But I think that's really all I have to talk about. Again, this has been Chris Talks Crypto. Check out any crypto-based resources on christalkscrypto.com, including the Discord, the Pulse on Crypto Discord. So that is available now. There's a lot of people making good money, and they're going to make great money over the next 6 to however long this bull run lasts, whether it be 6 months or 9 months or 15, who knows. Again, like I said, Chris Talks Crypto. I will see y'all on the moon. Take care. Bye-bye.